Welcome to the next class, that is the 7th class under say coordination chemistry part 2. Okay, so in the last class you have studied the crystal field theory and the main postulates of the CFT and also the geometry of 5D orbitals. So the transition metal ions usually form the complexes, and the transition elements are those which are having partially filled d orbitals in their valence shell. Okay, now about the d orbital, say d orbital, it is a bunch of 5d orbitals, and each of them, say, they are named as dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square orbital. Okay, and also the orientation of the lobes of d orbitals. In first 4 case they are double dumbbell shape, and where lobes are oriented in first 3 between the axis, and in the fourth case, that is in case of dx square minus y square, where lobes are oriented along x and y axis, and in the last case say dz square, where it is a dumbbell shape where lobes are oriented along say z axis. Okay, this is the picture of d orbitals, that is fifth one. So all the 5d orbitals. Now with this, say we can go through the next say explanation under CFT with respect to octahedral complexes. Okay, octahedral means coordination number is 6. Okay, that means, say, if you look at the picture, that is octahedron, it is a regular octahedron which is having 6 corners, and the 6 corners are occupied by 6 ligands. Okay, that means, say, if you imagine the 3 axes x, y and z axis, say they are passing or pointing through, or they are passing through or pointing towards the along the corners of the octahedron. Okay, so now say this is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay, so now during the formation of this complex, or in this complex, so two of the ligands lying along x-axis, two of them are lying along y-axis, and other two are lying along z-axis. So that is the position of ligands around or with respect to metal ion. Okay, now we'll come to the say discussion according to CFT. Say in the CFT, the interaction between metal and the ligand is a purely electrostatic. When the ligand is quite away from the metal ion, there is no interaction. So then all the 5d orbitals are at ground state and they are degenerate. So degenerate in the sense they are energetically alike, that means equal to one another. Okay, so when the ligand field is approaches the central metal ion, and when the metal ion is surrounded, that means spherically surrounded by the ligand field by the symmetrical field of the ligand, when the metal ion is spherically surrounded by the symmetrical field of ligand, there is an interaction between the d electrons of metal ion with the electrons of ligand. But all the 5d orbitals are equal distance or at equal distance from the ligand. Hence the interaction or the force of interaction experienced by all the 5d orbitals is with the same force of energy. But as a result, the energy of each of the orbital is raised by the same amount of energy. That means due to this interaction between the spherically symmetrical field of ligand with the metal ion, say, or with the d orbitals, all the 5d orbitals are raised by certain amount of energy. Okay, so now they still remain degenerate, and this is only a hypothetical state. Okay, now further imagine this field is no more spherically symmetrical, or it is surrounded the central metal ion. Now they are approaching the metal ion, and now they are concentrating. They are no more spherically symmetrical or surrounded. Now they are concentrating at a particular positions around the metal ion. So imagine, say, the one is concentrating here and the one is concentrating here. So the third one, say fourth one, fifth one and sixth one. So now this sphere is no more in the form of sphere, but the ligands are concentrating at a particular position with respect to metal ion, and they are approaching the metal ion. Okay. Now, when they are approaching, imagine two of them are approaching along the x-axis, two of them are approaching along the y-axis, and other two are approaching along the z-axis. Then the electrons which are present in these orbitals, that means the orbitals which are oriented along the axis, which are the orbitals oriented? Dx square minus y square and dz square, where the orbitals are oriented along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So these orbitals, or the electrons present in these orbitals, they experience greater repulsion. They experience greater repulsion than those orbitals dxy, dyz, dzx, where the lobes are oriented in between. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So in between the axis. So here in this case, the ligands are approaching along the axis. Therefore, the orbitals, these two orbitals which are oriented along the axis, they experience greater repulsion due to the approach of these ligands than these three orbitals which are lying in between the axis. So now when the ligand field is quite nearer, when the ligands are approaching central metal ion, due to interaction, these 5d orbitals are no more degenerate orbitals. They split into two set of, say, orbitals. So now three of them are decreased by certain amount of energy, and the other two are raised by certain amount of energy. Okay. So now these two are dx square minus y square and dz square, because the lobes of these orbitals are lying along or in the path of approaching ligands, where the lobes of these three orbitals, they are lying in between the approach of path of the ligand. Okay. So thereby now the d orbitals are split into two sets of orbitals, and the raised set, say they are named as Eg orbitals, which indicate these two orbitals, and the set of d orbitals which are decreased or which are lowered by this much amount of energy, they are named as T2g orbitals. So the energy, the splitting energy, it is known as crystal field splitting energy. Crystal field splitting energy in case of, say, octahedral, it is denoted by delta O. Okay. So now plus d 6dq, it is the amount of energy raised, and this is equal to taken as 10 dq. Okay. Delta O splitting is taken as 10 dq, and now this much amount of energy is decreased, and this much amount of energy of this orbital is increased. Okay. So this will be the splitting of d orbitals in case of, say, octahedral geometry. Thank you. We'll continue in the next class.